move on to our next presenter. Help me please welcome Ms. Clara Newton of Medicine Behavioral Therapy. Ms. Newton is a wife and mom to a little boy, Wilson, and a graduate of Mississippi State and Mississippi College. She primarily works with children, teens, and parents and feels led to helping families navigate life challenges. Let us please welcome Ms. Clara Newton.
Hello, y'all. I'm so excited to be here today. Okay, I have my notes, so bear with me. So I may be looking down a little bit at them. But when I was approached to do this on social media, you know, there's so much to be said about social media nowadays. So it is a lot of information, and I tried to narrow it down, and I have a lot of really good information for parents and for you tweens out there. So if y'all have any questions, just let me know, and I know we're gonna have a Q&A at the end. But I'm gonna start off with what is social media and why do children and tweens and teens want social media? Social media, you know, what I'm going to be talking about today is all different platforms, especially the most popular ones that a lot of people do have and that you hear about. But why do kids want social media? So whenever you are really little, you know, you may not be that concerned about seeing what other people are doing. You're really present in where you are. But when you get older, you know, you don't want to miss out on things. I know a lot of, as you get older, as you become a teenager, a lot of your friends may have social media, so fear of missing out, and staying connected with friends. I know, like at schools, sometimes I know the middle school, Mansfield Middle, they have a student body account on Instagram. They have a school account, and they will give information on what's going on, like for Spirit Week, you know, remember, wear this outfit or whatever. So it is a good way to stay connected with people, and staying connected with friends. You know, you can have a friend group, a chat group on social media with your friends. So those are some things of why kids are wanting social media. And also it can be, as you get older, you may feel like, you know, people enjoy the attention, really, and people enjoy getting compliments from others, and they enjoy the likes and they enjoy the follows. But so that, yes, that can build someone's self-esteem, but also it can break it big time, and that's a big challenge and issue with social media. As far as social media, some popular platforms I would say would be Kids Messenger, Marco Polo, Spotlight. Those are some that I wrote down. And then the big ones are like Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. And you know, I'll say this, all social media, they have age limits, age restrictions for a reason. There are some apps where it's like 8 and older. Most of the big ones now are 13 and older. Each child is different. So really you have to stick to that age, you know, whenever there's a reason why it's 13 and older. Whenever you're young, you know, sometimes it's hard to understand things and understand the effects it could have on the future. You know, well, what I'm doing right now I'm not worried about my future, but they have to be able to understand that before they get on these platforms. And they have to be able to understand their emotions, and you know, whenever they see something on social media, like, why is this making me feel sad? So the maturity thing has to be there, and nobody's perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. So I get that, but that's why you have your parents to guide you and help you with that. So let's see, let me stay on track. Big issues with children, tweens, teens using social media is self-esteem. So what that is how you feel about yourself. Self-esteem, you know, on social media, people post their best. People want to post when they have their best outfit on, when they're at the beach with their family, when they're hanging out with their friends. So, you know, trying to, and then filters also, sorry, y'all, I'm trying to stay on track, having filters, but overall, social media just creates unrealistic expectations. And what that means is it makes you think, oh, well, they have all the nice things, or they have all the friends, or they always have so much fun, you know, and then you think about yourself and you start being hard on yourself. Like Dr. Philippi was saying, we are all different and we're not all supposed to be the same. And so it's important to keep that in mind. And it's also important to remember that people post what they want you to see. And not all of that is reality. Most of it isn't. Even thinking as adults, you know, we post what we want people to see. Okay, let me move on. So self-esteem, you know, anxiety, depression, loneliness, it all kind of flows together. So you have to be able to realize that people post their best, and that this is not, you know, you can't always compare yourself to others. Let's see. So feeling left out, that's another big thing. I know it's hard. I know when I was in school, we didn't have all these social media platforms. So you know, people aren't, I was giving an example, like we are going to be left out some. Like people aren't going to be able to have 10 girls over to stay the night. People aren't going to be able to invite every single body, you know, if they go on a trip, they can invite one friend. But the thing is the hard thing about social media is that it's blasted for everyone to see. And, you know, your feelings can get hurt sometimes, and sometimes it can make you feel lonely. So that is another, you know, negative factor about social media. Inappropriate content. So this is why the age limit is so important. Like TikTok, you know, I know TikTok has some funny videos on it, but whenever you just have to, first of all, it's 13 and older for a reason. There's a lot of things on there that are inappropriate, very inappropriate, dances and other things. And, you know, that's really for adults only to watch. So you really have to be aware of that. And then also kids will do anything. I mean, they will do anything to go viral or what's trending and all that. And a lot of things that do go viral are things that are illegal. Like for instance, right now, and I know there's issues in Madison County, a kid's like on TikTok, it's going viral, kids stealing things like out of the classroom, out of the bathrooms, you know, middle school children, high school students, and they're doing it because they're filming it on TikTok and they want the likes, they want to go viral. So that is something that is definitely, you know, you need to be aware of, and you need to be aware that everything you post on the internet will not go away. Understanding that concept as you get older, you will understand that more. I know, like I said earlier, right now, you're probably just focused on the here and now, but we have to remember, even saying a mean comment to someone, or sharing something that was mean, like a picture of like a funny picture, a mean picture of someone, or something like that. And then also, as far as like issues with it is location. So like I know on Snapchat, if your child has Snapchat, there's a location where you can find your friend and you can see where people are. So I wanted to kind of give you all a real life example. I have a personal friend that's from the area, it's from Madison area, and she has a daughter. And her daughter, 9 at the time, this happened a few years ago, had just gotten a phone just so she could talk to her mom, text her mom, call her mom, you know, because she would, I guess, go places, had cheer practice and stuff like that. So her mom got her a phone, and she would let her download some games, no chat games, no chat room stuff. But the little girl, the popular app then, Musical.ly, now called TikTok, she downloaded that app, and really it's 13 and older, and she's not. Well, she changed her birthday, so that was how she was able to get on. And let's see, let me not get off track, but she became friends with someone on there that she didn't know personally. So like she's never met them before, but it was a little girl from, I think, California or something like that. And she was just so sweet to her, and she befriended her and just was so nice. And they would chat on Musical.ly. And the little girl told her, she said, hey, you would be, my mom's a model agent, and, you know, she wants you to send a picture and a cute outfit, and then I was going to give it to her to see if you could become a model. Well, this little girl trusted this other girl, and it just started getting worse and worse. She was asking for more and more pictures. So that's one thing: never ever ever send any picture, even if it's of your face or of what you're wearing, to anybody you don't know, you never met before. What you need to do is you need to tell your parent that this is what's going on, and really never message anyone. If anyone messages you that you don't know, do not message them back. But long story short, he started asking for more pictures, and then whenever she wouldn't do it, he would threaten her, and he would say, I'm going to tell your mom you have this app, or you're not going to be a model, and just bringing her self-esteem down. And it turns out that he was a bad guy and is actually in prison now. And he had contacted a lot of little girls all over the US. And they actually had to change the name from Musical.ly to TikTok. So with that being said, it was very eye-opening to me. I didn't realize that this could happen to anybody. So you think you're being safe, but you really have to be on top of what your kids are doing. I'm talking to parents right now. You have to have all passwords to everything. You have to be really in the loop. Okay, let me keep going. But so that happened. And also, I know a lot of kids have Instagram closet. I don't know if y'all heard of that, but they'll they'll post pictures to try to sell clothes and stuff like that. And people, strangers and stuff. There's just a lot of strangers out there. So some red flags of social media: withdrawal from family and friends. This is kind of for the parents. So if your child is like not doing things that they used to do, they want to be in their room all the time, and all they're thinking about is, hey mom, when can I get back on my game, or when can I get back on my phone, or when can I get back on this app? That is, a red flag, because you want your kids to enjoy childhood and not have to enjoy the things in the moment. So you have to really, really monitor that. Oversharing of photos and personal information. Again, I cannot tell you enough. We cannot tell people, our location. We cannot tell people personal information about ourselves. And usually when you overshare, you're getting comfortable on social media. So those are, and also social approval, which means that you want to be liked, you want to be followed. Let's see. So I've got some tips for y'all. Well, the first thing is I want to challenge all the parents to look into, it's called waituntil8.org. And it's an organization where people are trying to allow they're trying to motivate people to wait until their child is in 8th grade or older until they get on social media at all. So y'all look into that website. It has really good information on it and why they say that. But we're going to talk about a little bit about like a few things on social media that I think are issues. Cyberbullying is one. You may be like, well, what is cyberbullying? Well, cyberbullying is bullying, and it's when people, text. It can be used through social media, text messages, emails, anything like that, anything online. So it's called cyberbullying. Now, I get a lot of questions where, at my clinic, what is bullying? Like, okay, well, so I always tell kids there's rude, there's mean, and then there's bullying. Well, rude is when someone says something to you, but it's unintentional and it hurts your feelings. Unintentional means they didn't mean to hurt your feelings. So they accidentally hurt your feelings. And you need to tell them, that hurt my feelings because blah, blah, blah. Mean, what does mean mean? Well, mean means when they intentionally, which means they really are trying to hurt your feelings. They say something mean, and it hurts your feelings. Now, a bully is someone that continues to be mean after you told them to stop. So, whenever it's important, like if someone is, especially online, because it's easier to say things to people when you're not face to face with them. And it's easier for things to get around faster online, because you can, I know growing up, kids would share embarrassing pictures of people, like doing silly things, the person that was in the picture didn't want them to send out that picture. Well, in group chats, if you're feeding into that, and if you're sending out the picture just because you didn't take it or you didn't start it, that's still bullying. So you have to be part of the solution. You have to really just be aware of others and how you would feel if that was you. So another thing that I like to tell children is think before you post. What does think mean? T, is it true? Is what you're saying true? H, is it hurtful? I, is it inspiring? So, posting inspiring, really that means don't post mean things. Don't post things that are mean. Is it necessary? And K, is it kind? So let me see. Okay, so how to respond. Real quick, I'm going to talk about this. How to respond to a cyberbully. Talk about it. So if someone is being mean to you online and you have asked them to stop and they have not, go tell your mom or dad or your parent. Go tell a teacher that you trust. Even go tell your friend that you trust. But it's very important to talk about it. If it's a one-time thing, trying to ignore the one-time thing is something that you can try to do, because bullies, what they do is they look for responses. They want you to respond. That's what they're trying. They want a reaction. And usually when we're bullied, it makes us feel angry, sad, so we may respond with something we don't mean to respond to. And so your best bet is to ignore them and act like you don't care. Tell them to stop. So being upfront with them, because that's what I said. That's the difference between being mean and bullying. Nobody's perfect, right? People are gonna say things that are mean, but the bully part steps in is when it continues to happen. Let's see, block them and remove them. You are in control of that. You can block them from social media. You can remove them. You can report it to the social media platform. Save the evidence. If you are getting bullied, or if there's something that somebody messages you and says something weird that doesn't feel right, save that information and tell a trusted adult. If you feel like your safety is in danger, you can definitely call the police. And then again, I wrote it down here: never pass messages from cyberbullies. One thing I wanted to tell parents that, a lot of parents ask me when their child should get a phone. Really, like that is a very personal choice. It really depends on your child. If your kids, my opinion is, if your child is doing things on their own, where if they're staying home alone, if they are going out to the movies with their friends, if they're going to the football games without you, and you need to contact them, then getting them a phone is fine, but baby steps. So like, just when mom, helped you walk when you were a baby, you didn't just get up and run. Well, that kind of goes along with the phone. So having a phone, and there's tons of apps out there, but like safety apps, but having a phone that just does call and text, and you can only have your mom and maybe your friends that your mom allows you to be in your phone. And then eventually, as you get older, maybe trying, if your parents allow you to, starting small with like one social platform. I advise parents to have all passwords and, with that. But one thing that I want to say before I go is that I think it really opens up a good discussion, because sometimes like we don't even know like what to say when our child gets a phone and what to tell them. Well, there's a lot of people will do social media contracts. And if you go on Pinterest, they have tons and tons of example ones online that are really good. And what it is I'm looking at one right now, social media contract for kids. And they also have like phone contracts. But what it does is it tells you what you expect from them, and it tells you the rules for it, and then it gives them consequences. So they know up front, this is what I need to do, and this is what I'm not allowed to do. And if I do this, this is what's going to happen. And it also is a really good way, because they're already like written out. So it's a really good way to look over it and be able to really discuss things with your child before you allow them to start getting on social media. So again, that's called a social media contract. And it's something where you sit down with your child, go over it, you know, and you can make up your own one, and then have the consequences down, and y'all both sign and date it. And I know that may sound kind of silly, but it opens the door for y'all to sit down and talk to your child about it. Because again, nobody's perfect. We're going to make mistakes, but we need to know what is expected, because you know, having social media is a big responsibility, and we need to really be in tune also with our feelings, and we need to be old enough to realize that people post things, because it's even hard as an adult, you know, sometimes seeing people, or, you know, constantly being on your phone, because a phone is addicting. It really is. Social media is addicting. And so we really want kids to be kids for as long as they can. And, you know, so just really being on top of it. But let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Again, waituntil8th.org, really good information. And if y'all have any questions, just message. I think we're doing a Q&A at the end. Okay, well, I really enjoy talking to y'all, and I want to thank y'all for letting me be here today. So that's all.